On this channel, I'm going to be teaching you guys about the secrets of the universe, but I want us to start at the basics. So I've divided the understandings of the universe into three dimensions. Actually, I didn't do it per se, but it is already in existence within it of itself, okay? And what we do is we're going to use these, and we're going to continue to use these as the foundation of the teachings, okay? So when Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in 3, 6, and 9. That was a key to the universe, okay? Energy, okay? Frequency, let's write it here, and vibration. That's exactly what he meant. There's a deeper understanding on this energy, frequency, and vibration on my TikTok channel. I'm going to link it in the description below. But for today, we're going to break this apart so we can move on to even more esoteric understandings. All right, so third dimension is the physical dimension. It is the dimension in which we can interact with our human senses, okay? The fourth dimension is the mental realm. It is our thoughts, our creativity, our imagination. Now, the fifth dimension, that is the spiritual realm. And I identify it as the power that brings all things into being. All things from the fourth dimension into the third dimension. You see, everything already exists in the fourth dimension. There are actually infinite timelines situated in the fourth dimension. The power needed to bring it from the fourth dimension to the third dimension is emotion. This is a spiritual realm, emotion. When you emote, you are spirited, you have spirit, right? When you're animated, in Spanish, cheerleader, the people that have spirit in the school, they're called animadoras. Okay, they're animated. When you're animated, you're believing in something, emotion, the knowing, it goes into the mental realm, takes the timeline that, of course, you desire, or the timeline you are being emotional about, even if you don't desire it, any timeline you're being emotional about, it's going to bring it into existence in the third dimension. Okay? All right. So let's move forward. Now, like here is emotion, here is thought. And then, of course, here is fruition. Fruition. Physical fruition of the thought. Oh, I spelled though. Thought. All right. Now, from time immemorial, mystics have been talking about the 3, 6, 9 in their different ways. Tesla did it and he said 3, 6, 9, energy, frequency, vibration. Yes, 3D, 4D, 5D. That's what I teach here, right? But what about Jesus? He said Son, Father, and Holy Spirit. I put mother here because the Holy Spirit is the feminine. The creative realm, the mental realm, is the feminine realm. Okay? The power realm, that right there, it is the masculine. We need this duality to bring in the fruition of the third dimension. Okay? All right. So, science talks about energy, frequency, and vibration. But remember, energy, frequency, and vibration, it's all the same thing. Energy is vibration. Frequency is vibration. Frequency is energy. Energy is frequency. It's all interchangeable. And that makes so much sense because you see here, 9 is not apart from 3. It is divisible by 3. 6 is not apart from 3. It is divisible by 3 as well. That's why Tesla used the 3, 6, and 9. In the known numbers, the only numbers that exist are 1 through 9. That's why Tesla used the 3 numbers that can be divisible by the first, the 3. And then he goes into 6 and 9. And of course, you can divide 3 by 3. That's why he used 3, 6, 9. Now, in physics and science, many have described different vibrations of certain atoms and molecules, right? I just used an example here with the solid, liquid, and the gas. You see, when molecules are vibrating very slowly, water molecules, okay, they're vibrating super slowly, they're dense. Cool water is dense. Ice is even denser. Ice, let's use a very specific example. Ice is the physical, right, more dense, slower in vibration representation of liquid, of the liquid. Okay? And then gas is the highest vibrating form of H2O. Okay? As you go to the next dimension and so on and so forth, there are 11 proven dimensions, but here in this teaching, we only talk about 3. As you go up into every dimension, the vibration gets higher. The vibration gets higher. The vibration gets higher. Okay? So when you increase the vibration of ice, you get water. When you increase the vibration of water, you get vapor, water vapor, or gas, right? We got the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. The physical can be perceived through the physical of the brain. The brain is the physical representation of the mind. The mind is not physical. The mind, the mental, produces a brain in the physical. The spiritual can never be perceived by any physical means. It can only be perceived through the knowing, which is emotion. Now, why do I talk about this? Why do I mention all of these dimensions, these concepts layering on top of each other? Well, Neville Goddard said that feeling is the secret, and it surely is. But many people have come to me and asked me, what is the feeling? What is the feeling that I need to bring my desires into fruition? What is the emotion I must have to bring the timeline from the 4th dimension into my 3rd dimension? Well, let me tell you here and now. The emotion you must have is not exactly emotion. It's a feeling called knowing. That's the emotion. To intuitively know. To believe wholeheartedly, being wholly persuaded, not looking to the left nor the right. That is the emotion you must have in the 5th dimension. Place it on the thought within your mind in the 4th dimension, and it becomes solidified in the 3rd dimension.